What is different in John's Gospel from what you heard on Passion or Palm Sunday? You have a garden but no agony. That's an interesting one. The arresting party includes Roman soldiers, and that's a clear indication that Pilate and the Jewish authorities were in collusion. And of course, when they ask for who Jesus asks, who are they looking for? And he says, I am he, and they fall to the ground. And you are getting an indication that Jesus is going to be in control of this. He did say earlier that no one takes my life from me, I lay it down. Simon Peter is named as the one who wielded the sword and cut off the right ear of Malchus. And Jesus is again in control when he says, let these men go. There's no forsaking and fleeing as in the synoptics. There is a trial before Annas and then a trial before Caiaphas. Jesus is handed over by Judas, he's handed over to Annas, he's handed over to Caiaphas, and then he's handed over to be crucified by Pilate. The high point, of course, is the trial of Jesus before Pilate. 7 dramatic scenes. This is unique to John, where Pilate goes in and goes out to the crowd and goes into Jesus. He discusses with Jesus the kingship, the theme of kingship, and even the dramatic scene where he brings Jesus out, places him on the seat, the judgment seat, Gabbatha. And that's a magnificent scene. Judge and king, the presentation of Jesus. The dramatic irony with regard to the Jewish leaders who did not enter the praetorium for fear of being defiled while they are plotting murder. Pilate acclaims Jesus as king and judge. We have no king but Caesar. The ultimate apostasy, because God is the king of Israel. The question, what is truth? Jesus carries his own cross to Golgotha. There doesn't seem to be room for Simon of Cyrene in this gospel. The inscription is written, Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews, in 3 languages, in Aramaic, named then in the gospel as Hebrew, Greek, and Latin, the language of the world of the time. Now, we have the last chapter of John's Gospel, chapter 20, where Peter and the beloved disciple make an appearance. Running to the tomb, where the beloved disciple arrives first, but allows Peter to go in. The respect for the authority of Peter, but it is the beloved disciple who comes to faith first when he sees the cloths lying collapsed in shape. Both see the same evidence. Something about their position provides the stimulus for belief by the beloved disciple. They move away, those two, so Mary of Magdalene can encounter Jesus as the gardener and comes to faith through her name being called, because the sheep know the voice of their shepherd. Beautifully done. We then have the disciples. Jesus appears to the disciples who have been hiding in fear, and Jesus brings peace to them, and they come to faith in him. But missing is Thomas. When Thomas arrives, he doesn't touch Jesus because he sees and believes and gives the highest expression of faith in Jesus, my Lord and my God. And then, of course, the final praise is for those who have believed without seeing. So we do get into the story as people of faith. And then, of course, the charcoal fire for the fish that have been miraculously caught, 153 of them, maybe all the nations of the earth, maybe species of fish, who knows? And then the charcoal fire that has the fish on it. And then Jesus asking Peter 3 times, do you love me? And Peter, of course, is distressed because 3 times by charcoal fires, 3 times he denied Jesus. Now this time he affirms his faith in my Lord and my God. And so the one who would care for the sheep must show love for Jesus, even to the point of laying down their life, just as we are called on to do in what God has called us to be, whether parents, caring for children, caring for one another, and those who are prepared to give their life to a particular vocation, whether it is vocation in this world as a layperson or as a religious. So that's the challenge of the resurrection faith in our lives.